What's up, Sonic Squad? Throughout the many years, Sonic has had many different gameplay mechanics introduced. Some have been good, some have been flawed, some have evolved over the years, some only appear once and never return, and some have overstayed their welcome. Since Lost World and Forces, there have been some mechanics that were absent, and I feel like they should return in the next Sonic game and remain as permanent mechanics for future mainline Sonic games. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing what gameplay mechanics should return. It is unknown what the next new modern Sonic game will be. Will it be another boost game, or perhaps a return with the adventure formula, or maybe a completely new gameplay style? We don't know. We can only speculate. But regardless of what it will be, I feel like these gameplay mechanics that were in previously should make a much needed return to make gameplay feel more fun, and these, in my opinion, are fun to have around. Number 1. Lives. I know what you're thinking, but lives have always been a thing for Sonic, and it's been in every main Sonic game since Sonic 1. And you're right. However, Sonic Forces did not have a lives counter at all. Lives weren't a thing. I believe that lives weren't a thing in Forces is due to the fact that Forces was aimed to be played by younger kids, and eliminating lives will make it easier for them. Even though Forces is already easy to begin with. To me, having lives can somewhat add a difficulty challenge for yourself. Nowadays, having lives in platformers is considered outdated, which is honestly fair, and probably another reason why lives were not implemented in Forces. But I do not want lives to be a thing of the past and not be included. So here's what I suggest. Make it an option to enable lives in gameplay. This is something that Crash 4 is about time had. In Crash 4 they had two different game modes. Retro mode, which focuses on the use of limited lives that require players to find additional lives during levels, and modern mode, which replaces lives with a death counter that keeps track of the number of deaths in a level. Sonic Forces had something similar regarding game modes in the form of difficulty modes. Normal mode, which was intended for newcomers, allowed the players to collect up to 100 rings, and getting hit will make them only lose 20 rings. And hard mode, which was intended for those already familiar with the Sonic gameplay formula, allowed players to collect up to 999 rings, but getting hit will make you lose all rings, just like every other Sonic game. But thinking about it, it should have been renamed to easy mode and normal mode. But I believe that Sonic's team can replicate what Crash 4 did and implement that for future games, but instead of a death counter, just have a luck in Forces where you just keep retrying in the level until you complete it, or just rage quit because you suck at Sonic games. By doing this, it will help please players or give them the choice of either play with lives enabled, giving them a challenge of not losing lives, or not have to worry about that and can play through it. However, we could tweak the lives gimmick a little bit more. In the classic games, you get 100 rings, you earn an extra life, and you can stack this up 3 times in a zone. In other words, 300 rings equals 3 extra lives. From Adventure to 06, you could stack up to 100 rings to get extra lives multiple times, so there was no limit. So you could literally farm up lives by replaying multiple times on stages to repeat it to get to 99 lives easily. Unleashing Colors broke the formula up a bit, with Unleash only allowing you to get an extra life when you collect the 100 rings, and that's it. In Colors, you could only get extra lives by finding them in the stages, or get rewarded for them depending on your rank at the end of the stage. Then Generations and Lost World went back to the adventure ways, and you could stack up many rings and lives without a cap. If Forces did have a lives counter, I'm certain that you will reach 99 lives very quickly, as there are so many rings scattered everywhere in the stages, particularly in the avatar stages, and if you use the wolf avatar with the correct wisp on, then reaching the ring cap at 999 rings will be very easy to achieve in under 2 minutes, basically giving you 10 extra lives. And repeat that 9 more times in the same stage, you get the idea. It just cheases the experience and makes the overall game easier than intended, because you can just waste lives without a care, and you lose that feeling of dread when the level gets more difficult and you get close to running out of lives. So here's what I suggest that they could do to make it a bit more challenging. Make it that you only get a 1-up after collecting 100 rings and scatter extra lives across the stage, just like in Unleash. That way, it makes rings more valuable and causes you to be more cautious, and to relieve the sigh of relief when you see and hear the jingle of getting an extra life, meaning more time to play the game. Number 2. The Light Speed Dash. The Light Speed Dash is an awesome mechanic and personally one of my favourites, if not the number 1 favourite, and it always feels good to perform it flawlessly without stuffing it up. What I love about it is it gives you the ability to travel over distances at a fast pace whilst collecting rings in the process, and it looks cool to travel that doesn't involve running. In a way, it gives the illusion that you are hovering at the speed of sound. The Lightspeed Dash has evolved from its first introduction in Sonic Adventure, where you had to charge up a spin dash to perform the move, to simply press a button to perform the move in front of trail rings in Adventure 2, Heroes, 06, Unleashed and Generations. While technically it was in Colors in Lost World, you could only perform it via the hover wisp, and doing it you go slow. Very slow. In Forces you can technically do it as your custom avatar with the lightning wisp on, where its special move is the light speed dash, but for some reason Sonic cannot do it here, but was able to do it easily in the previous games. Yeah, at least it's faster than Colors and Lost World, so Sonic should have this move without question from the next game onwards. Apart from maybe needing a bigger activation range, it doesn't need any improvements. Throughout Adventure 2 to Unleash and Generation, the Lightspeed Dash has been implemented creatively, from having to perform the move after doing a homing attack chain to avoid going down to the lower sections of the stage or worse into a bottomless pit, to simply being an alternative route to take after completing certain tasks such as defeating enemies or pressing a sequence of buttons. The Lightspeed Dash really utilizes the reward of either being risky or exploring to discover different paths to make you be one step closer and faster to reach the goal ring. And that's why it works well, and it can open many possibilities of level progression and make the level design be more creative and clever by using this gameplay mechanic. Number 3. Drifting. Drifting allows Sonic to slide around the corner at high speed. The concept of drifting was first introduced in Sonic Unleashed and made appearances in Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Forces. In a way. The best drifting experiences to me were in Unleashed and Generations, with Unleashed making it work well, despite the sliding distance at high speeds were a little bit too wide personally. Generations perfected it by making the drift turn tighter without fear of drifting into a wall or possibly off the stage. Drifting in Colors was very limited, as you can only perform it in drifting sections and stages, and the drifting is very slow and, in a way, kinda meaningless, as it's only used to get additional bonus points to add to your overall score, and you can simply not drift at all in said sections. But more on that in another video. Drifting in Forces only occurs with the avatar, and it only appears in a few stages throughout the whole game, so it was underutilized, and that's disappointing. Not only drifting is fun to perform tight turns at high speed, but it's also a skill that you can master, especially if you speedrun the level, and drifting can become quite creative to perform if the level design revolves around it. I don't mind how Sonic drifts, whether he does it like in Unleashing Colors or in Generations. If Sonic can drift the next Sonic game, then you know the possibility of levels that require you to drift are going to be fun indeed. Number 4. Skill Shop. Upgrade skills. This is most likely something that people won't expect me to want to make a return or even should return. This is a gameplay mechanic that I would love to see return in future Sonic games. In Sonic 06, you use the rings collected based on your rank after completing stages to buy skills to help progress the game and further upgrade unlocked skills for Sonic, Shadow and Silver. In Unleash, you gain experience points by defeating enemies and use them to upgrade skills for Modern Sonic and Hedgehog Sonic. In Generations, you can buy skills that you can quit during stages for both Classic and Modern Sonic. Being able to buy skills and upgrade them will make gameplay rewarding by allowing you to progress and improve your skills, and thus making you change the way you play stages as you evolve through the game. How would I like it to be implemented? I say combine and mix certain aspects from 06, Unleashed and Generations. Firstly, make rings the currency to purchase upgrade skills. This will add more value and purpose to collecting rings in stages instead of simply collecting rings to add to your overall score, to get more extra lives and protect yourself from losing a life when getting hit by an enemy or hazard. Whatever rings you have collected at the end of the stage will be added to your overall total of rings as currency, and if you need more rings, you simply just replay the stages over and over again. Now you may think it may be tedious to replay stages just to farm up on rings, but come on, these are Sonic stages we are talking about. They are fun to replay, regardless if you're farming or not, so that's not going to be an issue. Regarding what skills you can buy or upgrade, I think a mixture of what you can purchase from 06 and Generations will suffice. That includes the Lightspeed Dash, the Stomp, the Sweep Kick, and then you can upgrade many aspects such as your overall speed and acceleration, making your homing attack more powerful, make the Lightspeed Dash travel speed faster, make the drift turns tighter, make the Stomp have a shock radius that makes nearby enemies be stunned. I could go on with more examples, but I feel like there are so many possibilities with having a skill shop, or even a skill tree in a Sonic game, making it feel fresh and rewarding. Going forward, the mainline Sonic games, what I've mentioned in this video are what I really would love to see return and hopefully stay as permanent gameplay mechanics. In the past, these have helped identify and solidify Sonic's formula and mark them as different to other popular and well-known platformer franchises, and I hate to see that be lost to time. Having said that, I am more than welcome for other mechanics to make a return in improved ways and help advance the series in other ways, but importantly, I want to see the lives, the lightspeed dash, drifting, and a skill shop or skill tree make a much needed return. My name has been SuperSaiyanSonic, and I thank you so much for watching.